Fishing derbies and tournaments have long been a testing ground for anglers all over the world. In North America, bass tournaments have spawned a whole industry and can only be compared to NASCAR when it comes to the level of popularity. Millions of dollars are given away each year in prize money to a chosen few who dare pit themselves in a duel between bass and a thin length of fishing line.
There we go. All right. Moving up.
He's lassoed. He wouldn't have got off anyway.
Hey, there's a fish.
Nicely done, Mike.
This country was built on fishing, hunting, and trapping. I don't forget where I came from, and I still remember the days where I had to book what little vacation time I had to go on deer hunts and fishing trips with my friends. And it reminds me of how important this is to me. Fortunately, I've been able to make a living in the outdoors and have gained invaluable knowledge. And I'm going to share my successes and failures with you. Oh, watch out! Whether you're urban or rural, fish or hunt, you should support sound wildlife management. I am proud to say that I am an angler and hunter.
The Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters presents Angler and Hunter Television. Brought to you by Canadian Tire, a proud partner of Angler and Hunter Television. Mercury Marine, #1 on the water. Winchester Ammunition, an American legend. Browning Firearms, the best there is. Shimano, technology you can feel. Yamaha ATVs, what kind of Yamaha are you? And Lund Boats, the ultimate fishing experience.
Yours is bigger. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah! Yeah! Okay, here comes fish.
Recently, we invited other outboard owners to look deeper into Mercury Verado.
The mid-range throttle response is amazing.
Got a lot of power for low RPM.
Whoa.
I can't get over the power that it has, how quickly it accelerates.
The torque is unbelievable.
Verado is up to 13% quicker than other four-strokes. Visit mercurymarine.com to see more ways Verado beats the competition. Mercury Marine. Look deeper.
Feel that bad boy? Woo.
It's not about the shot itself. It's about all that came before it. A company that's given back to conservation so that the tradition of hunting will continue. A leader in innovation since its founding. It's the legendary excellence you've come to expect. You've got that history in your hands. Now it's about settling the crosshairs, focusing on that moment in time, and one legendary trigger pull that changes you. Winchester, the American legend.
Voltaire presents Fight Night.
I think I speak for fight fans everywhere when I say we saw one of the most insane fights in all of mixed martial arts history here tonight.
You said it, Greg. The defending lightweight world champion Frankie the Butcher Nelson taking on the Voltaire fishing rod by Shimano in one of the craziest fights I've ever seen.
Is that jiu-jitsu? Muay Thai? I don't know what to call it.
I call it crazy.
We'll definitely be seeing more of the Voltaires in future fights to come.
Voltaire, the next level of tough.
A priceless experience on the water. That's the Lund Tai. Fishermen and families everywhere are raving about the all-new Lund Tai. Celebrating 60 years. Since 1948, Lund, the ultimate fishing experience.
Closed captioning of Angler and Hunter Television is provided by Ontario Out of Doors Magazine.
The Kenora Bass International has drawn the best of the best over the years from all over North America. The Lindners, the Izumis, and countless top touring Canadian and American pros.
Well, it's having sponsors to fish some of these tournaments is they help me out a lot. I mean, I've got one of the nicest boats in the tournament in Canada, my Lund Predator. I run it hard, you know, 6 or 7 days every week, all summer from May through September, and it hasn't let me down. And you know, it's hard, it's expensive to do this stuff, but it's a lot of fun, and definitely having sponsors helps out. So.
In Canada, there are several venues an angler can attend if they wish to test their mettle. And Ontario is the hotbed for competitive fishing events, like the CSFL, Renegade Bass, and countless BASS club events to enter. In the last 3 decades, competitive bass fishing has boomed and busted. But throughout the good and bad economic times, it has managed to survive. Today, I'm going to participate in one of the country's premier bass tournaments that takes place not in southern Ontario, where you might expect, but in the province's far northwest corner on beautiful Lake of the Woods. It's the Kenora Bass International.
Been fishing KBI since 1993. I was 10 years old. Very first year, it was a Christmas present from Santa, an entry fee for my dad and I to get in the tournament, and been in love with it ever since, and it's a big part of my summer and a big part of my life, so look forward to it every year.
The reason I fish Shaw KBI, I love to bass fish. It's close to home, 2 hours I'm here. The people I've met here, Jeff Gustafson, Mike Miller, all the guys that I've met here are like friends for life. And just the nature, they really back the event. The community is so behind it, it's unbelievable. I would never miss this tournament.
The Kenora Bass International is a 3-day event that takes place on the shores of Lake of the Woods, where over 200 anglers will disperse every morning, only to return at the end of the day with their 5 biggest largemouth and or smallmouth bass to compete in a total weight tournament. On the line, over $20,000 for the team with the heaviest 3-day total. Now, KBI is about more than bass and more than anglers. It's about a community that depends on fishing as one of its main economic sources through tourism. The town of Kenora is a booming place in the summer and has every amenity one could want. Even if fishing is not your passion, there are parks, water sports, fine dining, hotels, motels, and plenty of sights to see aboard the MS Kenora cruise ship. Wildlife abounds, as do scenic sunsets only imagined on postcards. I'll be competing with longtime friend Scott Dingwall of Kenora. He works at the local Ford dealership, and his family owns Woodlake Marine, the area's largest Lund Mercury dealer. We hope to be in the running and be part of the top 10 boat parade on the final day.
Yes, next from Kenora, Ontario, Scott Dingwall, and from Oshawa, Ontario, Mike Miller.
Scott and I had a subpar first day, to say the least. We were in 97th position after day 1. Not a great place to be. However, we were optimistic that our smallmouth pattern could produce some big fish and get us back in it.
Up in this area, I'm sure they're going to do okay overall in this tournament, but the bag today looks a little lighter than I thought they might have.
Okay, let's wait to see the weight.
For the event and finish in the top 100.
Gear up with Canadian Tire.
Bass fishermen are a unique breed and always demand the best when it comes to gear. One thing you don't want to skimp on is your line. If you're going to be pulling big bass out of deep water or heavy cover, you're going to need some tough line. Super lines have no stretch and come in thin diameter heavy test strengths up to 80 pounds. Did you know that Canadian Tire has catered their assortment to specific regions across Canada to offer the right line in the right region? Like say you're fishing smallies in a pristine lake in northern Quebec. You'd need Berkeley Nanofill. It's a unifilament line and is the thinnest, furthest casting line Berkeley makes. It will have you muscling in bruiser bass on finesse-sized baits. To find the right super line for you, visit your nearest Canadian Tire store or check them out online at canadiantire.ca.
More great fishing action when we return.
I guess my first Yamaha was 1986, and after that it was Yamahas to no end. When I look at timber property that I'm going to buy or be harvesting, you need a good, reliable machine to get you through the swamps. Pretty rough going some places. Different people have asked me about, why I buy Yamaha. Keep buying them because of the reliability, and the product that they make is just what we want. I'm Barry Elmhurst, owner and operator of BW Forest Products, and this is my Yamaha.
Folks, I'm Dan Wallace, and I make my living in the backwoods. And people ask me, why do you use a recurve limb crossbow? The better question is, why would you use compound? Look, I'm tough on equipment, and I need a crossbow as tough and reliable as my four-wheel drive. If I happen to drop it out of a tree, or accidentally dry fire, or run over it with your pickup truck, try that with a compound crossbow, and you'll be the proud owner of 100 little parts. So do yourself a favor and pick up an Excalibur and find out why they're the four-wheel drive of crossbows.
They're up there, I've been to their ship. I've seen things. I've smelled things.
Look, I'm trying to forage here.
They fool you with the smell. They got me, but I escaped.
Yeah, from the loony bin.
The scent was like a blood trail, but it's deception.
Get away from me.
Beware, my friend. Trust no one. Trust no one.
After day one of the event, Manitoba pro Alex Kessler is in first place with a giant limit of smallmouth bass. Alex always contends for the win here with several top 10 finishes. So he will be one to watch for in the boat parade.
I think, like the tournament we're at right now, the Shaw KBI, Shaw being the major sponsor, really makes the event a success because sponsorship is so important to myself and these tournaments to keep them going. Economies are tough south of the border and here, and it costs a lot of money to do these events. Great volunteers, you have to have great volunteers, but the sponsorship is so key. I get to test so many new products and reveal them to the people, and when we succeed in the tournament with those new products, it just puts more money into the economy of fishing in general, and it's so key. Sponsorship is the #1 thing that developed these tournaments.
After the second day of competition, Scott and I did bring in a good bag of smallies, and it put us back in the running, sitting in 32nd spot going into the final day.
Scott Dingwall and Mike Miller made a big move today with 16.98 pounds.
It's gonna get better tomorrow, folks.
They've got to be happy with that, that's for sure.
One of the biggest draws for me, why I came up here originally in the first place to fish this tournament was because rumor had it there's largemouth winning this tournament. And that was probably 10 years ago. And largemouth dominated, but a smart angler, like I said, will have a mixed bag. And Scotty's done pretty well up here in the past. When I first met Scott, he had, I think you were like an underager fishing this tournament, and he'd caught a largemouth over 6 pounds, which was unheard of for Lake of the Woods. But he did it again the next year, and we got to know each other, and now we're fishing together. And we've caught our fair share of 5-pounders up here. So the largemouth fishing up here is second to none, and I think Scott can say the same as me. I much prefer to fish for largemouth than smallmouth.
There's one.
You got one?
Yeah.
Pull on him.
Oh, he's tiny.
I'll get the net.
All right.
Oh my, we don't need the net.
Well,
we might not be weighing in today. Nice bite. That's the way you're supposed to catch them.
Yep.
I'll fish the outside. You can get the inside good?
Yeah.
All right. This is strategy now. We're getting desperate.
We're spending our time wisely.
That's a good one, buddy.
Okay. You want to drive or what?
No, we're good.
Okay.
We're gonna net him.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
Beauty. Oh, now things are starting to happen, brother. He came right out of the water on that. I got the net.
Got it all.
I got it all. Well, if he got off in the net, we would have still had him because he would never have got away.
been running down your line there. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's a beaut. Look at the belly on that little porker right there. Whew. It's a start. Woo! That's one angry bass.
Got one, Miller.
I heard your drag saying there.
Oh, he's in the pads.
Where's the net? Where's the net?
He's back there. I gotta get. He's
oh,
he's
stuck in the pad bed right there. Go, 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 go. Oh no!
Oh, he's right there.
What pound line is that? Pull on him.
I don't want to pull too hard. He's not even moving.
How did he get stuck there?
It's light. It's like 8. You got him. There we go.
He can fight in the net.
Number
Woo!
2.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
He's a little porker too.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Hook good, hook good.
There we go. All right. Moving up.
He's lassoed. He wouldn't have got off anyway.
Well, I think I just had one.
You serious? I got one.
Little guy. Flip him in.
Now he might measure. You deal with that. I'll measure him.
Okay. Good eater.
Can you imagine eating one of these? Mmm.
I can't.
Delicious.
Got you a delicious bass.
What do they got to be here?
12.
He is as close to 12 as a bass is ever going to get. We better keep him.
Nice.
He came from inside of that crib. He must have been sitting in there sideways. Easy, easy. He didn't have a chance to fight. I'm gonna eat that. Ow! In the boat. Not a measurer. I got one.
There's one there. Oh yeah, that's a
one.
There's another one down there.
Look at this stripe on this bass. He's a beauty. Dropping the
There was another one following him.
Catch him.
I'm stuck on the...
Oh, you're snagged. Oh, the jig just fell out. Number 5, just so you know. Want me to throw back and catch another one?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Let me put this one in the backs. He goes over there.
Come on.
Oh, wow. I've never seen a largemouth go nuts like that. He's acting like a smallie. Woo!
That's all right.
The pressure's off. We got some fish to weigh in now, at least.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good one. Nice fat belly again. Now you're probably wondering why we have so many rods here. Well, Scotty and I are probably gonna use 1 or 2 rods each for the majority of this event, but you gotta have a lot of rods and reels here. We've got 6.5 foot to 7 foot 11 heavy Kumaras. We got Crucials. We got pretty much every rod Shimano makes on this boat, and it's all for catching little green bass like that. After the second day of competition, it was no surprise to see local bass icon and 2-time winner of the Shaw KBI, Jeff Gustafson, take the lead, only ounces ahead of the nearest competitor.
If you want to get into competitive fishing and start fishing these tournaments, you got to, the biggest thing for new people is you got to put your time in. You're not going to walk into these, especially these multi-day 2- and 3-day events and win. And by getting lucky. It's all about hard work and putting in the time. And the biggest thing is you actually got to do it. You learn 10 times faster, 100 times faster if you actually sign up and fish in the tournament than if you just sit back and watch and go fishing, you know, because you're forced to go out in conditions that maybe you don't want to go fishing in, and that's what makes you better, and you learn to adapt and use the conditions to your advantage. And
Gulp Alive presents The Fishing Edge.
Got him! Oh yeah! In order to get the edge over fish, you need to make sure you're using tackle designed for the specific species you're after. Berkley soft baits are designed for the sole purpose of helping you catch more fish. They offer a wide variety of highly effective choices, from pro-designed bass baits all the way to scientifically engineered baits with scent and flavor technology that encourages fish to strike and hold on longer. For example, you can have all the effectiveness of Gulp Alive, but in a spray bottle. It attracts fish with smell and holds fish with taste. Berkeley attractants and dips provide anglers with an increased edge when it comes to catching fish. Attractants make any bait taste and smell alive. Berkeley products enhance bait effectiveness, whether it's a soft bait, hard bait, or live bait. At Berkeley, their passion is to help you catch more fish. To see more ways to get the edge, check out berkeley-fishing.com.
The action continues after the break.
More than a century ago, Browning introduced the auto-loading shotgun to the world. Today's Browning Silver continues that tradition with greater reliability, softer felt recoil, better handling, and more features than ever before. The Browning Silver, the auto-loading shotgun that does it all. Browning, the best there is.
Think GPS is just for getting you to the lake? Think again. The new iPilot wireless GPS trolling system can hold your boat in place like an electronic anchor. Record and retrace productive fishing paths, automatically keep you on any bearing you choose, and take total command of speed and steering. iPilot controls your boat with wireless GPS precision, so you can focus on fishing. And it's only from Minn Kota.
Fish are gonna need a new place to hide. Exclusive side imaging from Humminbird. Scan more water faster with 480 feet of side-to-side coverage and see structure detail with amazing picture-like images. Humminbird. Simply, clearly, better.
A new age of modern scope technology has arrived. Burris Optics presents the Eliminator. The Eliminator incorporates laser range finding technology with automatic bullet drop compensation calibrated to your rifle and bullet combination. Burris Optics, leading the way in modern scope technology. Burris's new Eliminator rifle scope, changing rifle scopes forever. Just range them and eliminate them.
If your passion is hunting and fishing, get ready to catch this incredible membership offer from fine sponsors of the Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters. Join right now and receive all these great products, including a Shimano reel, the Shimano Sienna 2500, a buck knife, the Silver Creek fishing fillet knife made by Buck Knives, a Coast LED flashlight, a Strike King spinnerbait, a Fox 40 whistle, Berkeley Gulp, Berkeley Power Bait, and Berkeley Trilene. 3 packages of Fish Crisp Original and a special Fish Au Flage Edition Plano soft cider tackle bag with 3 Plano stowaway tackle containers. Plus, when you join, you get Ontario Out of Doors magazine, 10 action-packed issues a year, including the fishing and hunting annuals. This special OFAH membership package is a $260 value for only $72.95. Stand up for conservation and show how much you really care about your passion for fishing and hunting with a membership in the Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters. Call and join today.
Day 3, the true test of a competitive angler's skills. If you're leading, can you hold off the other couple hundred anglers? And if you're just out of reach of that money spot, will you get a paycheck? Can you put together one final bag of bass that will win the day? Only time will tell. Shaw KBI has a great pay structure that not only rewards the winner, but also rewards anglers daily to keep them in the game. Top 10 weights each day pays back, as does big fish for each day. The top Mercury Lund team gets paid, and there's several other ways to get paid, making it a great event for those like Scott and I who might have had a bad day or those who have technical problems. The fish were cooperating as Scott and I managed to come all the way back from 97th place on day 1 to finish 15th overall and take home nearly $3,000. Not a bad recovery. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, the boat parade. Thousands of fishing fanatics packed the big tent on Kenora's waterfront to watch as the top 10 boats bring in their catches to the scales to see who will be crowned Shaw Kenora Bass International champions. The music blares, the crowd cheers. What a sight. All this for some little green fish. Kenora does truly kick bass. As the boats run through the tent, it comes down to 2 teams vying for the title. Dave Bennett of Sioux Narrows and Mark Levitka have the lead with a 3-day total of 50.67 pounds and only one boat left to weigh in. The leaders from day 2, Kenora's Golden Boy, Jeff Gustafson and Chris Savage.
Hey, we had our best day of the weekend, so we're happy. Hopefully it's going to be enough.
Did you guys do anything differently today? Did you have your best day?
Not really. The only thing different was we got our largemouth bites to bite, so that was kind of nice. The first 2 days, that wasn't happening. So we got 5 really good fish, and we're excited. So
17.90 pound. You're going to need your biggest weight of the 3 days. You got a heck of a basket of fish there. Now it's just time to wait.
We got our biggest basket of the weekend, but I don't know if it's going to be enough or not.
17.90 is what they're going to need. Are we going to have a 3-time champ? Are we going to have new champions? 17.76.
No, wow. They don't do it.
Here we are.
We've got a brand new champion of the Shaw Kenora Bass International.
There you have it, bass fishing fever at its best. If you ask me, tournament fishing is alive and well in Ontario, and maybe, just maybe, you're the next champion waiting to be crowned.
Well, it's awesome when you win, and it's a big event. It's one of the biggest open team tournaments in North America. So it's, you know, you win, you feel proud about it for sure. But finishing second is great too. I mean, we're happy. The tough part is it's disappointing a little bit, but the tough part is just knowing how hard it is to actually win, and that's what we're dealing with now. But we had a great weekend, no regrets, and we did our best. So we're happy, and we'll be back and try and do it again next year.
If bass fishing and tournaments are important to you, I suggest you join your local fishing game club or an organization like the OFAH to ensure we can all enjoy this great pastime for years to come.
Angler and Hunter Television was brought to you by Canadian Tire, proud sponsor of Angler and Hunter Television. Mercury Marine, #1 on the water. Winchester Ammunition, an American legend. Browning Firearms, the best there is. Shimano, technology you can feel. Yamaha ATVs, what kind of Yamaha are you? And Lund Boats, the ultimate fishing experience. Looking for more information on today's show or past episodes? Visit www.ahtv.com. Whether it's watching a fishing or hunting edge online, or looking for other great sites of the Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters, be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Visit www.ahtv.com. We'll see you next week. And remember to conserve and protect our great outdoors.